There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart, when loss feels heavier than hope, and the future looks like an empty road with no direction. If you've ever felt overlooked, forgotten, or broken by life's circumstances, then this story is for you. Because sometimes God does His best work in the middle of our brokenness. Let's journey into the powerful, life-changing story of Ruth. Ruth's story begins not with joy, but with loss. She was a Moabite woman, an outsider, a stranger to the people of Israel. She married into a family that had left Bethlehem due to famine, searching for survival in a foreign land. But tragedy struck again and again. Ruth's husband died, her brother-in-law died, and her father-in-law was already gone. 3 women remained: Naomi, the mother, and her 2 daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah. No protection. No provision. No clear future. Naomi decided to return to Bethlehem after hearing that God had provided food again in her homeland. She urged Ruth and Orpah to go back to their families, to start over, to rebuild their lives. Orpah eventually left. But Ruth made a different choice. In one of the most powerful declarations of loyalty and faith in Scripture, Ruth said, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." This wasn't just commitment. This was surrender. Ruth chose uncertainty over comfort. She chose faith over familiarity. She chose God even when she didn't fully understand what that choice would cost her. And here's the truth. Sometimes being chosen by God begins with choosing Him first. When Ruth arrived in Bethlehem, she didn't walk into favor immediately. She walked into hard work, into humility, into survival mode. She went into the fields to glean leftover grain-picking scraps after the harvesters had finished. It was a job for the poor, the overlooked, the invisible. But even in the fields, God saw her. Even in the background, God was positioning her. Ruth just thought she was gathering food. But God was aligning destiny. She happened to end up in the field of a man named Boaz, a man of integrity, kindness, and influence. But there are no accidents in God's plan. Boaz noticed Ruth. Not just her presence but her character, her loyalty, her quiet strength. He protected her, provided for her, and eventually he redeemed her. Ruth, the outsider, became family. Ruth, the broken, became restored. Ruth, the overlooked, became chosen. And here's where the story becomes even more powerful. Ruth married Boaz. And from their union came a son named Obed, who became the grandfather of King David, placing Ruth directly in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Let that sink in. A foreign widow. A woman with nothing. A woman who walked through loss, uncertainty, and hardship became part of God's divine story of redemption for the entire world. That is what it means to go from broken to chosen. So what does Ruth's story mean for you? It means your past does not disqualify you. It means your pain is not wasted. It means that even when you feel unseen, God is still writing your story. Ruth didn't have a perfect beginning, but she had a surrendered heart. And sometimes, that's all God needs. So if you're in a season where life feels heavy, where you're picking up the pieces, where you're wondering if anything good can come from your situation, remember Ruth. Keep showing up. Keep trusting. Keep choosing God even when it's hard. Because the same God who turned Ruth's brokenness into purpose is still working today. And your story? It's not over yet. You are not just broken. You are being prepared to be chosen. Like, share and subscribe.